And I'm also going to show you two things that I was involved in over the last few months. I was on News Nation a few months ago. I don't know if you guys know that, but they reached out to me asking me about home prices. Well, I gave them my feedback on that. And then just shortly ago, Yahoo Finance reached out to me and they said, Dan, what do you think if rates went back up to 8%? So we're going to go over my response with them here in this video today. So without further ado, folks, let's get over to it. So I do these videos for those newbies out there. I do these videos twice a day to help you guys figure out these things over here. Why are they moving? Because you can't just sit there and flip a coin, figure out, what's going to happen today. I want you to understand why these are moving. And so let's get over to today's news. Well, here's what happened last week. Now, I'm not going to point any blame and whatever, but let's just look at the numbers. Okay. The Federal Reserve, they held rates steady right through here. And the big caption was, they were relying on this right here, the jobs report. They're like, okay, inflation, it's pretty okay. Okay, even with the threats of all these tariffs, inflation hasn't spiked up like we thought. Okay, and that's a common theme, like we thought. Okay, but then when the jobs numbers came out, the Federal Reserve came out and said, well, before that, they said, well, the jobs market looks solid right now. Actually, it looks pretty good. Well, fast forward 24 to 48 hours, and we're about 250,000 jobs less than we thought. So what would have happened if they knew? Well, who cares at this point? Because we probably know that they're going to cut rates because there's probably a 90% chance they're cutting at the next meeting. And I'll show you that data right through here. But that's what the markets were waiting for. They're like, okay, is the jobs market going to crack? And a few times I came on and said, okay, there's jobs being lost and things like that, but some of the numbers just don't add up. And so now some of the numbers are catching up to us. I didn't think it was going to be that bad, 250,000 people, but it is what it is. So what we need to do is focus in on, like Rick Santelli said, is how are the markets reacting to this? And a lot of times you see these analysts come out and they're wrong a lot of times. Let's get over to this. I was on News Nation not too long ago, and here's the clip of it. And we're going to play the beginning part of this where you'll understand kind of how she comes in on this. So let's take it away.
So let's bring in Dan Frio, a mortgage advisor and host of Rate Update with Dan Frio on YouTube. Dan, great to see you. Thank you so much for your time. So a lot of experts, economists, real estate executives expected sales activity to tick up this year. It did not. What are the ripple effects?